All right, I think we're on. Good Shabbos, everyone. This is our first broadcast with a company called Livestream, so we hope it works out. We hope that everyone who is watching from home appreciates this new approach. It allows the cantor to be a little bit more hands-free, which I think she will enjoy, and perhaps the camera image itself will also be something more to your liking. So whether you are at home or we have a few people in the sanctuary today, because we have a couple simchas this weekend. We have Congregant of the Year, where we're going to celebrate Yair, and we have Carrie Marshall, who's going to have her bat mitzvah tomorrow. So before we get started, we always have announcements. And wait a minute. We're not going to do announcements, are we?
We really shouldn't. We should really invite in someone we haven't seen on the Bima in a little bit of time.
That's right. Whether you realize it or not, the temple has been going incredibly strong since COVID during this last year, and some of the people behind the scenes, yeah, go ahead and bring it up. Some of the people behind the scenes have been putting hours upon hours to make sure that the temple is not only surviving but thriving, and one of those is our temple president, Jerry Gordon. And I happen to see Jerry every Friday night. He's always looked a little stiff to me, but his doppelganger has brought the real thing. So Jerry, do you want to do announcements as temple president?
Here you go. Of course. May I have my...
Oh, you need your doppelganger.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining my two-dimension doppelganger, which has been in this temple for many months, and I decided to join him as we present some announcements. And obviously, tonight we congratulate our Congregant of the Year and our new members at this new member Sabbath. So, yes, one of the jobs of a president is to give announcements. One of my tasks is to cut announcements as much as I possibly can. That's just what I do. So, as we start, I would please refer you to both the bulletin, which was delivered today, and to the website for more detail about the announcements. So, with that, we have some upcoming adult education classes this month. Two with Rabbi Axelrod, Talmud for Beginners class, and we also have Heroes, Female Biblical Heroes, led by Rabbi Olshine. Again, please go to the bulletin for more information about this. I will tell you, it's really kind of freaky sitting here looking at all these smiles of these two-dimensional people. This is the one I really want to recommend and talk about. Cooking with Cantor continues this month on the 30th of March at 6:30. She will be teaching us to make her specialty, Passover matzah toffee. That sounds very interesting. Okay. Yum. We have virtual movie night and discussion featuring The Long Journey, Hidden Jews of the Southwest on Wednesday, March 17th at 6 p.m. And finally, I really want to stress that you need to mark your calendars for April 18th as we honor our own Senator Jackie Rosen at our gala, which is from synagogue to Senate. More information for this virtual gala. Oh, please, for this virtual gala and fundraiser to support our children, our community, and COVID-19 relief can be found on our website. And also, you will be receiving materials with regard to that. Please join us. It's going to be all remote. And we have a series of entertainers who will be appearing along with various other personalities and congregants. So please, mark it on your calendar, and hope you will all join us for that. So, we have a lot of incredible programs coming up. It's going to be an exciting few months, and if you like more information on these programs, along with many others, be sure to visit us at our website and read the bulletin. Now, as we get services started, Shabbat Shalom, and I can take off these blue. Well, maybe I want to keep them. They're really kind of attractive.
Yeah, keep them for the holiday.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah. Now, if you start driving with that doppelganger, I'll begin to wonder. If you take it home, that's right.
There's also a new sound in the sanctuary that I haven't heard in quite a long time. I hear that sound a lot at home, but I don't hear it here, and it sounds very good. Like, do you know what it is?
A little baby?
It's a little baby.
All right. So.
Not my little baby, even better.
Not yours. That's it. Yeah, that's double. All right. Ricky, are you ready? I'm ready. All right. Let's begin with one of my favorite melodies. It's not widely used in our congregation, but it's one of my favorites. It's very beautiful by Noah Aronson, Zamru Ladonai. Turn now to page 120, 121, as we call Carrie to come forward to kindle the Shabbat lights, along with the women of the Marshall family, Bonnie, Sandra, Lecky, Alexis, and Jessica. Come on up. We continue on page 124. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves.
We, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, Let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer.
Amen.
Amen.
We continue on page 138 with Lachad Odi.
We welcome the Shabbat bride.
Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litilah, Yalalai, Yalalala l'chad odi, Yalalala l'krat kala, Yalalai P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Yalalai, yalalala l'chad odi, yalalala l'krat kala, yalalai P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 9, we rise as we're able to greet the Shabbat bride.
Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובסהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, יללי
Standing for the Baruch, page 146, we face the ark.
Am I away?
O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai hamari v'aravim.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Please be seated.
We continue with the Ve'ahavta on page 154, led by our bat mitzvah, Carrie.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levenecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'vetecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'miwika uv'kshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot beinenecha uchtaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem etz kol mitzvotai v'yatem kadoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher otzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Emet. Thank you. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם Who is like you Nishar Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, O Seifele, Nora Tehilot, O Seifele. Lai, lai, la, 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 lai, lai, la, 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 lai, lai, la, 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 lai, la, la, lai, lai, la, 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 lai, lai, la, 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 lai, lai, la, 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 lai. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
Ooh, we got a singer. Call me in 6 years, we'll do singing lessons. We continue with our Hashkivenu, page 161.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. We continue with our tefillah prayer. Please rise as you're able, page 164.
Adonai, Zaphatai Tiftach, Ufi Aki Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah
Eloheinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Knei Hakol, Vezocher Stay Ovot V'Imahot, Umegui Gula, Nei Nevehem, Lama'at Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozera U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Mogen Avraham Bezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה
Rav lehoshia, Mashi Baruch, Morid Hashem, Mekakel Chayim Behesed, Mechaye Hachol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Achar, Mikamocha Ba'agevurot, Umidomelach, Melech Mimid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'nei Amanata L'Chayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, V'chayei HaKol.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue in silent prayer through page 180, using the words on the right or left side of the page. When you have completed your prayers, please be seated. Well, there's a little bit of a delay on our cameras, as usual, so we invite you at this time to begin to submit your names for those you are thinking of for the Mishaberach, the prayer of healing.
So now as we enter into the mode of Mishaberach, we think of all those who are part of our circle of family, our friends, people who we know and care deeply about, but the time of COVID makes us aware that we are one human family. We pray for everyone on this planet that we find our health, a point of centeredness again. For those who battle illnesses of the body, who struggle with matters of the heart or mind or of addiction, we ask that God bring them hope, bring them resolve and resiliency. For those who are caregivers, who give so much of themselves to ensure that the people in their lives that they love so very much are taken care of. They are taken care of with love and hope. We ask that God bless you also with patience. We think especially tonight of these names which have been submitted to the synagogue office: Ruth Whitley, Michael Kolodner, Kurt Cerno, Irvin Zaid, Jean Schneider, Linda Smith. I always think of my sister Dina, my mom, Marge Axelrod.
We also think of G. Gallo, Sin Ava, Donald Schwartz, Marianne Troco, Jean Schneider, Gert Mann, Chris Fainblit, Ron DeLisante, Cynthia Carrig, Charlotte Levy, Kurt Plotkin, Andy Barron, Tracy Ann McClellan Rosenbaum, Teresa Bertelli-Ream, George Barnett, Jane Cranston, Jean Poussin, Nikki Carmody, Bill Goebel, Andy Hafer, Heather Disson, Justin Acosta, Al Levine, Patty Lee, Stuart Baker, Mindy Nanny, Ron Hildebrandt, Sam Ginsberg, Harold Saperstein, Julie Marcus, Linda Smith, the family of Linda Smith, Yaakov Traeger, Schatz family, Rosie Sherman and family, Zara Leah, Karen Beth and Brad Gilbert, and Lee Weiss.
Would any of you here like to
Hilda
say a name? If so,
Merger-Detchian.
stand, say a name. Prayers are there for you, Art, too. We join together now in our Misha Barak prayer.
Mi sheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
Hilda Medjerdetchian, Marianne, Robert Troco,
Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Well, good Shabbos again, everyone. So in addition to celebrating Carrie, who will have her bat mitzvah tomorrow, this is Congregant of the Year Shabbat. So let me begin by telling you a little bit about the history. Over 30 years ago, maybe 32, 33, we came up with an idea that we wanted to bestow an honor to someone in the congregation. It couldn't be a president or a past president. It couldn't be someone who's on the temple board. It's really a congregant who, by virtue of giving of their time and commitment, it could be for that particular year or over a series of years, that we want to celebrate them. Last year's honoree was Del Acosta, who's here. He's our shamus, who's given countless hours of time to make sure that our Shabbos services run smoothly. And this year we are honoring Yair. And I like to think that Yair is being honored because of something that happened in my home. Yes. You see, I just moved into my home, and apparently the lights that I had were too hot, and they kept falling out. It just so happened, and maybe Yair remembers this, that Daniel, your son, was coming up for bar mitzvah, and we were chit-chatting, and I was asking what you did, and then you told me a little bit about what you did and how handy you were, and I said, I had this particular problem at home, and you said, Rabbi, if you just buy this type of adaptive material, it'll solve all your problems. And so instead of costing me $1,000 for someone to come in, it cost me about $3.50, and it worked. So then the light bulb went off, and I said, this man knows how to be handy. And before you know it, he's wandering around the temple, and Roberta's got a little checkoff list, and he fixes the lights outside the memorial garden, which had been broken for many years, and we were told those were about $400 a piece to fix, and he figured out a way to do it for $30, just as good. And the lights that illuminate the patio area and around the building, and the list went on and on. And so we are so appreciative of your gift. You never look to be thanked. You never look for the light to be shined on you, but you always look to give to the community. And I think that's not only a wonderful thing for us, but a wonderful example that you set for Daniel and for Benjamin, your sons. And so this award is so very special, and it goes to you, but you are intended to be the role model. And so even though this year we couldn't have our new members physically with us, we want you to submit your pictures to Heather, because we're going to create a collage of all of your faces, and you will be in the hall where we have all the photos of all the new member classes and the B'nai Mitzvahs and so forth. We want you there. And people will look at that picture of a collage of faces, and they'll probably say, Ma nishtana halayla, why is this class different from all other classes? And we'll go, oh, that was the year of COVID. And the years will go by, and we'll go, that was the year of COVID. So submit those pictures, and if you are watching, we are so delighted that you have joined our synagogue, especially this year, because oftentimes we're so intense about being in the building, and it's a beautiful building, but ultimately it's not about temple ner tamid, it's about congregation ner tamid. We are a community, a holy, sacred congregation, and whether we are here physically or whether we're at home, we carry the heart of what this synagogue stands for in people like Yair and the people that we celebrate throughout the year. So thank you so much for joining our community. And I would like to call upon Jessica Hopkirk and Barney Tabak, who are our co-VP of membership, to present the award to Yair. So come on up.
I wiped it down.
Should we have Yair come up too? Yair, you get to come up.
Right here. I just wiped it down for you. Okay. All right. Should I take my mask off? Okay. Oh, I gotta put my glasses on though. I can't see it. Okay. I met Yair and Nancy, which is Yair's wife, at a CNT Leadership Development Program a few years ago. I found their story to be so interesting, and since I am also an interfaith family, felt a connection to them immediately. I saw them around the campus often with their two wonderful boys, Daniel and Benjamin, and got to know them pretty well. They're truly a wonderful family. I asked Nancy to join our interfaith committee, and she graciously agreed. Yair came with her to all of our events and even volunteered, or was bamboozled really, to be a latke cooker at one of our interfaith Hanukkah parties. I would often see Yair at temple working hard around the campus, fixing and installing things. He always went above and beyond, never doing it for any recognition, but just doing it out of the goodness of his heart. And if I didn't see him doing it, I heard about his good deeds. He's on speed dial here at CNT.
Not only was he supportive of our interfaith committee, he is a true mensch, involved in mensch club activities such as cooking for events, setting up the sukkah, cleaning up and repairing our campus on Mitzvah Day, and the countless donation of his time to keep our grounds safe and in working condition. Many times he made it a family affair and brought his wife and boys to help. He also volunteered to serve on the security committee because of his background. When we set out to consider who our selection for Congregant of the Year would be, his name was first on the list. When we announced to the board our selection of Yair, Jerry Gordon, our temple president, said that Yair is the epitome of what Congregant of the Year is about, and I could not agree more.
Yair, we'd like to present this plaque to you. It says, Congregation Near to Me, Distinguished Congregant of the Year, 5781, 2020, Yair, Bareket. The world is sustained by three things: Torah, worship, and loving deeds. Congratulations.
Dear congregate, board members, cantor, and rabbi. My family and I are humbled by this recognition. We thank you with honoring me as Congregant of the Year. It has been my very great privilege and joy to serve and be part of this outstanding community. As a board member of the Bench Club, I would like to take advantage of this opportunity and ask all of you to come and help our synagogue and the community in any way you can. Also, I want to express my gratitude for the dedication and love that the board, the different committees, clubs, staff, cantor, and rabbi give to this community. You are a caring group of people, and it is a privilege being a part of this congregation. Thank you very much for this award.
Thank you. Roto, you just put it right down.
A well-deserved honor. If you want to be Congregant of the Year,
Yes.
you just have to do amazing things like Yair or
Okay.
Dell.
All right.
Just surprise us with your amazingness.
You know, we have had people from all walks of life who have been honored, all different ages, and everyone has found a niche, and that's what's amazing about this congregation. And I'm just so proud. So Yair, you make me humbled and proud, and all of the beautiful mitzvot that you have done is a great example. So for our new members, listen, whether you are Congregant of the Year or whether you're just a congregant, the main thing is
There's no such thing as just a congregant.
be involved, be active. Find a committee, find an activity, find a task force where you can put your talents. COVID won't last forever, and we won't be on Zoom forever. Well, we may be on Zoom forever, but we'll be in person also. And so we hope that we will be seeing you very soon in person. Thank you so much, Yair. And
I
to the
think there's so
family.
many mazel tovs on the live stream. I mean, I feel like you deserve a Siman Tov mazel tov because that's what would be happening if this whole place was full of
All right,
actual
let's do
live
it.
people.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yehelanu, 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 ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu,
All right, we continue our service on page 586 as we all rise for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kecho hamonam, vanachnu korim, umishtachavim umordim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We think of those who we have loved and lost. At this time, please add any names that are in your memory for Kaddish or Yortzeit.
Turn to page 598 for the Kaddish. We've lost, again, too many members of our community these past few weeks. We think of them now with love. Kathy Sullivan, Tammy Martinez, Zev Ben Yukutiel Miriam, William Schatz Levine, Ruben Pereza, Mark Nathan Zuckerman, Don Unger, Alan Miller, Mark Rosen, Francis Diaz, Esther Serrani, Sheldon Ergang, Scott Mednick, Mark Mednick, Irvin Frank, Asher Zelig, Ben Yosef. We recall the Yortzites of Marilyn Barkin, Gloria Goldberg Bauman, Mo Berger, Harry Borscher, Jeanette Bradfield, Rocky Burrell, Stephen Bush, Inez Kane, Irving Kane, Francis Carter Ramsberg, Diane Cohen, Marty Cohen, Phyllis Crone, Scotty Doxwell, Melissa Evan, Anna Gableman, Sadie Glickman, Belle Goldberg, Dixie Greb, Rose Ingber, Daryl Jones, Jacob Kahn, Ann Coleman Katz, Sally Ann Kirshner, Julia Kurtman, Hollis Klein, Stephen Kofsky, Paul Cranston, Ernest Lander, Shirley Lebovitz, Bob Leonard, Larry Lunenfeld, Marku Magalnik, Rachel Moore, Leah Lepler-Noyek, Philip Palbaum, Lee Pearson, Ruth Pessin, Israel Tito Prieto III, Larry Robbins, Betty Roberts, Jack Rosenberg, Paul Ross, Samuel Rollo Ross, Darlene Rudolph, Anita Russell, Fran Sanoff, Ruth Schall, Sam Schulman, Leo Solomon, Bertha Stein, Mark Stoller, Michael Elliott Supe, Madeleine Timpa, Muriel Toffel, Constance Unger, Harry Vogel, Dorothy Wanderer, Emily Wanderer, Shirley Wirt, Jack Wollison, Elizabeth Yaffe, Catherine Zolato.
We remember Blake Reyes, Marlene Schaft, Steve Zegri, Daniel Burrell, Frank Brandt, Esther Serrani, Sheila Cohen, Joseph Cohen, Linda Smith, Andy Katz,
As we think of all of them, we turn to page 598 as we rise for our Kaddish prayer. Together, Yit Kadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, B'Alma Divra Chirutei v'Amlich Malchutei, B'Chayechon v'Yomechon v'Chayedachol Be'Yisrael, Bagalav Azman Kari v'Imru Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Omeil Maya, Yit Barach v'Yishtabach v'Yit Ba'ar v'Yit Ramam v'Yit Naseh, v'Yit Hadar v'Yit Taleh v'Yit Talal Shemei Dekusha B'Richu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush birchata v'nechemata, damiram bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shamai v'chaim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. All right, you may be seated. So before we get to our Kiddush and Motzi, a few thank yous. Tonight is the inaugural use of our new streaming service called Live Control. And believe it or not, they're actually in another state entirely. Hopefully the cameras have been moving. You notice we have more than one camera now and some different camera angles. And we hope that this makes the viewing pleasure really pleasant, but not so pleasant that when we're ready to come back in person, you won't want to make your way back to Temple. And by the way, a special thank you to Doug Unger, who really has supported our web presence for over 13 years. This is just the latest iteration. So thank you, Doug, so very, very much.
How about the installers?
Who? It was, oh yeah, Lee and Jeremy, they installed the cameras. So thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Lee. We appreciate it very much.
Actually, Jeremy directed and Lee did most of the work. That's what Jeremy told me.
Okay. They didn't ask me to help. That's all I know. Yeah, there's probably a reason for that. Yeah, they know better. We could have asked Yair. That's right.
But we didn't want to give up one more thing.
One more thing. We could ask Yair for one more thing. You got out of the camera duty. Thank you to the membership committee for all of their hard work putting this evening together, including the Zoom happy hour, which was a lot of fun. Before services, the wonderful flowers. Are these from Jessica? Whose are these? This is membership committee. Thank you very, very much. What about these? And those are in honor of Carrie. We got flowers galore, so that's wonderful. And then we have this amazing challah. I wish it was bigger. It's from Zabar's in New York.
Isn't it
Zabers?
Zabars, isn't it?
Zabars? Anyone here from New York? Zabars? All right.
Yes, Julie got it special.
It's like a Target, so I'll say Zabars. I don't know. Anyways, it's a really small challah of about 30
I've never had a
pounds.
challah that was bigger than the challah cover.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
All right. Thank you, Julie Marcus, for everything that you did to make this extra special and the goodies that you gave to all of the new members. Jerry Gordon, our temple president, not only for announcements, but all the great work you're doing throughout this year. Roberta and Dell, it's good to have our shamus back. David Weinstein, thank you for doing the photography. Ricky Reinhardt on the piano. Alex and Heather behind the scenes on tech and sound. And we'll thank each other. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, a little kiddush, a little motzi. It's about
All right,
time.
And we invite our bat mitzvah back up to receive the kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. I don't know, I put my mask back on. All right, I don't even know. They gave me scissors to open this challah, so let's see here. Oh, there they are. I've never also had a challah that you had to open with scissors. This is like breaking 10 pounds. It has like a sign on it that says 10 pounds. I'm going to eat it for breakfast tomorrow. What do you think?
I think Oh my goodness.
This is crazy. This is
All right, it's a
like, I
double
thought
muzzle
churches
tov.
were crazy.
Hold on.
That's not a challah. It's a cake. I want to honor the person who made that. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. I'm going to go like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. taste it. Here. We have to get a knife or something. I think we have one. Oh, I know where there's a knife. For the challah tomorrow, there's a knife in here. We were going to give it away, too. Hopefully I don't cut myself. There we go. Aha. Go ahead, Rabbi. All right, as Rabbi's working on the challah, we're going to give you our closing song, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. We will build this world from love. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, 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 lai. I will build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. And you must build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. And if we build this world from love, yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai, then God will build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.